Hello everybody, this is Dave Blair. We're looking at another race here with the Simpit crew on sim racing system. The game is Assetto Corsa. This is week 3, race 2, so this would be Friday night's race at Nordschleife Endurance Cup, and we are running the Porsche 911 RSR 2017 model. Being that this track is about 8 minutes to go around for one lap, we're going to have plenty of time to dive into a lot of good racing here. So here we go. We're going to start on board with Ricardo Mascarenas here. He starts in 12th, and he's going to end up finishing second in this race. But he has a good start here. He goes from 12th to 8th in his first lap. Now we're on board with Alex Cabrera. Not sure I'm saying that last name right. There he is making a pass on Ricardo Mascarenas. Then Ricardo gets back by. Okay, now we're on board with John Hill, and I was in chat with him, and he said that Fernando was having a computer problem, and you can see him lagging out right there, and then all of a sudden he appears behind John. Okay, looking at that again, we're on board with Fernando, and this is what lag looks like. Yeah, it's just one of those weird glitches. Okay, now it seems to be communicating correctly. Okay, now we're on board with Tobias Richter, and he's running Joa's paint job here, but Tobias Richter here is going to have a few problems, and I don't know. There's Vernon going off there. Fernando Silva was going out, lagging out up here, so I don't know if this is a computer problem for all these guys, but he's going to go off here and hit the wall again. So there's 3 people getting by him, and this is Tobias Richter. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Cole, and he's coming up on Luke Sky here. Nice pass. Okay, now we're on board with Johnny Major, and you can see George Vidal and Bryce Evans there in front of him. He's going to try and drift that corner. So again, he waits for everyone to go by before he re-enters the track, which is good job on his part. Now we're on board with Alex Cabrera, and he's right here behind Sean Sebring. Sean goes off there, and then he swerves out of the way so he doesn't hit him. So again, a lot of respect tonight on this track. This is the Friday night race. Now we're on board with Will Dawson, and he's looking to get around Vernon here. And he's going to get loose. Max Speed takes advantage of that, makes a good pass. Now we're on board with Rick Hyde. You can see Max Speed getting around Vernon, and then Will Dawson looking for a way around also. Nice pass. And there's Will Dawson getting his spot back. Now Vernon's going to struggle with the carousel here, and Will Dawson gets by. Now Vernon's going to go wide, and then Rick Hyde is going to get by here. Looking at that again from Vernon's point of view, he's just going to go wide here and catch that curb, bounce off the wall. And there goes Tobias Richter. He gets by Vernon also. This is not an easy car and track combination, as we all know. And once you burn those tires, it's hard to keep it on track. Okay, we're on board with Alex Cabrera again, and he's right here behind Sean Sebring, and then that's me in front there. He's going to make a nice pass. Okay, now we're on board with Andreas Castaneda. He's working on Luke Sky. We are getting to the end of lap 1 here. And that's Sean Cole out in front of Luke. Andreas is really trying to get that draft. Nicely done. Here's George Vidal getting by Bryce Evans. Again, this is at the end of lap 1. And there's Bryce getting it back. Okay, now we're on board with Fernando Silva, and this is the beginning of lap 2. You can see Sean Sebring getting by me here, and Fernando's going to try and follow him up. Yeah, I'm trying to stay as close as I can on the inside to give these guys room. Oh, we're going to have a little tap there. Yeah, Fernando kind of pushed his way through there. Didn't really give Sean the room. He tapped him and then Fernando into me. But he got by us both. Thankfully, he didn't take us out. Okay, now we're on board with Axel Cabrera again. And he's just going to come in here a little too hot, find himself a shortcut around here. Okay, now we're on board with Fernando Silva again. He's going by Axel here. Yeah, Axel Cabrera was having a few problems with this car. Might be tires. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Cole. And he's going to get by Stan Donnet here, and he's going to move from 4th into 3rd. And Joe Antonio is running currently in 2nd. Heiko Sherman is running in 1st, and he's way out ahead. Okay, now we're on board with Alex Cabrera again, and Fernando had just passed him. So again, he was struggling with his tires. He was fast, but he was definitely struggling with his tires on this track. Hey, there's Dave Blair and Sean Sebring, George Vidal, and Bryce Evans. It's a passing party. Okay, staying on board with Alex Cabrera here. He's going to hit that curb, hit the wall. Also, we have 100% damage, so once your car starts taking damage, it gets even worse. Okay, staying with Alex Cabrera again. He's going to hit the curb here, tap the wall again. Again, just trying to show how difficult this car can be once you get damage. Okay, now we're on board with Johnny Major. And he's going to have trouble with this corner all the way down to the wall. So again, I think he's experiencing some damage on his car also. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Cole, and this is the end of lap 2. Joe is going to go a little wide there, and then Sean is going to move up from 3rd to 2nd place here. Okay, now we're back on board with Alex. He's working on Will Dawson here. And he's just going to blow right through that corner. Again, as much as he's struggling with this car, it probably would have been a good idea to put it in the pit, but he's just going to call it quits at this point. So the reason I'm highlighting this is if you are having problems with your car, sometimes it's best to quit out than cause somebody else to have a bad race. So thanks for not taking anyone out. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Sebring, and he's going to make a move on Dave Blair. So we're just starting lap 3 here. Yeah, looking at that again, I was really trying not to hit him there. I'm sure he was trying not to hit me. Okay, looking at it one more time from on board with my car. Yep. It's all good. And here's the same thing from George Vidal's point of view. Okay, now we're on board with Ricardo Mascarenas, and he's going to make a pass on Luke Sky right here. And that moved him from 7th into 6th place at this point. So again, this is lap 3, and Ricardo is in 6th. And you can see Sean Cole, Joe Antonio, Stan Donnet, and Andreas up there. Sean's in 2nd. Okay, now we're on board with George Vidal, and he's going to make a pass on Dave Blair here. I got a little sloppy. Easy pass for him. It's a tough section though. Okay, now we're on board with Bryce Evans. He's going to get spun around here. He had trouble last night too, so he had trouble on Thursday night and he had trouble tonight. But again, showing restraint and waiting till it's safe to pull back out onto the track. Good job, Bryce. Okay, now we're on board with Rick Hyde, and you're going to see Will Dawson's having trouble on this corner. So easy pass for Rick Hyde here. He moved from 17th up to 16th. Okay, now we're on board with Ricardo Mascarenas, and we're getting to the end of the 3rd lap. You've got Sean Cole out in front there. He's running in 2nd right now. You got Joe Antonio in 3rd, Stan Donnet in 4th, Andreas in 5th, and Ricardo in 6th at this point. This is some good, close racing up front. This is what we like to see. Now, the order is going to change at the end of this straight. Ricardo's going to move from 6th to 5th. Stan Donnet's going to get by Joa right here and move from 4th to 3rd. So now we're on board with Andreas here at the end of the long straight. And we're getting ready to start lap 4 with Sean, then Stan, then Joa, then Ricardo, then Andreas. Some really close racing. Ricardo's really working hard to get by Joa here, and Andreas is coming up too. Now when Andreas comes up, he's coming in here a little too fast. He had to pull off, otherwise he's going to hit Ricardo. I know it's a difficult decision there, but you know, it's almost better to pull off the track than take somebody else out, especially when they're really fighting for a position. Back on board with Ricardo here. He's got a chance at Joa right here, but Joa fights him off. Let's have an in-the-car view. Joe is having a hard time here. He finally lets Ricardo go by. So now we're on board with Rick Hyde again, and he's having some problems with his tires. And that's pretty much going to damage his car for good there. So now we're going to jump up to Stan Donnet, and these two are battling for second place here. Sean's going to go wide, and Stan's going to take the position right here. So we're getting close to the end of the fourth lap. Looking at it again, we're on board with Sean Cole here. He's going to go wide, and this is going to cost him 2 positions. Stan's going to get by, and then Ricardo's coming up. So Ricardo's going to go wide, and Sean's going to get his spot back. So now Stan Donnet is in second, and Sean Cole is in third. And Ricardo Mascarenas is in fourth. Again, this is getting at the end of lap 4. Okay, now we're on board with George Vidal. This is the end of the 4th lap, and he's coming up on Sean Sebring right here. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Sebring. George Vidal just got by. Okay, now we're on board with Fernando Silva, and he's going to spin out right here. Okay, now we're on board with George Vidal, and because Fernando had spun out, and he's nursing his tires, George Vidal's going to get a pass done here. So George Vidal just moved from 10th into 9th at this point. He's running 9th. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Sebring, and that's ProSim TNT on YouTube. He records his races and post them at ProSim TNT. So he's working on Fernando here. He's going to get the pass done, and that puts him in 10th. And this is almost the end of lap 5. Okay, now we're on board with Ricardo Mascarenas again. He's currently running 4th, and this is lap 6. So this is the corner that Sean seems to struggle on, but easy pass for Ricardo Mascarenas, and now he is in 3rd. Okay, looking at that again, we're on board with Sean Cole here. And he's just going to run too hard in that corner, hit the wall. Had a slowdown penalty too, which, I don't know, I see other people run off the track and they don't have a slowdown penalty, but he had to stop to serve that. Okay, now we're on board with Andreas, and he's going to get by Joa here. He's going to move from 6th into 5th. Okay, now we're on board with Ricardo Mascarenas again, and this is a battle for 2nd between him and Stan Donnet. Yeah, Stan hit that curb and had to slow down. Looking at it again, we're on board with Stan Donnet here. He's going to hit that curb, slow down a little bit to make this corner. And then it looks like he just lets Ricardo go. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Cole, and he is currently in 4th, and this is the last lap. He's going to run off in that same corner. Then he gets a slowdown penalty, and he didn't slow down enough, so he had to do it twice. Andreas and Joa both get by here. Now, I don't understand why you can run off the track in some places and you don't get a slowdown penalty, and others you do. But for whatever reason, Sean in that same corner the lap before had a slowdown penalty also. Okay, now we're going to do like we always do. We're going to run down 10th to 1st. And so in 10th place is Sean Sebring. Finishing 9th is George Vidal. Finishing 8th is Alan Ramsbottom. Finishing 7th is Luke Skye. Finishing 6th is Sean Cole. Finishing 5th is Joa Antonio. Finishing 4th is Andreas. Finishing 3rd is Stan Donnet. Finishing 2nd is Ricardo Mascarenas. And finishing 1st is Heiko Schurman. Again, if you'd like to come out and join us, you can go to Sean Cole's YouTube channel, The Simpit, and there's a couple videos there. You can figure out what you need to get out here and join us and come race with us. And who knows, maybe you'll make our highlights.